Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to online.Scott selections here for Thursday, November 24th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in hockey with the Canadians and Blue Jackets over 6.5 goals of -120 on DraftKings. Line closed to -135, and it really was not close. Neither team scored a goal in the first two periods. You had four in the third period, but too little too late as the game landed four. So look for a bounce back winner here on Thursday. And for today's play, they're going to go to the NFL on Thanksgiving. Looking at the late game between the Patriots and the Vikings, taking place at around 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this matchup, I'm going to go with the Patriots +3 at -110 on PointsBet. Time recording of midnight Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like New England in the spot. First reason, looking at the last couple of games, New England might be the most underrated team in the league, as the Patriots have won 5 of their last 6 games by at least 5 points. Meanwhile, Minnesota is an 8-2 team in terms of record. However, according to advanced stats and analytics, this team is extremely overrated, and it looked like it last week as they got buried by the Cowboys. But to go through some advanced numbers here, New England ranks 11th in DVOA, and Minnesota, once again with an 8-2 overall record, ranks 24th. So the Vikings are viewed as being a below-average football team that might have been a bit lucky up to this point, mainly because of its insane record in one-score games. But New England, according to advanced stats, is the better team, and I can actually understand it because Minnesota, the main issue they have right now is the offensive line, which was terrible against Dallas last week, as the Vikings allowed 7 sacks. And on top of that, starting offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw is going to be out for this game. And I do think that that's going to be a huge loss because the Cowboys have an elite defensive line, just like New England. New England is averaging 3.6 sacks per game, which is the second most in the league. Judon's been incredible. They've been great at getting after the passer. I think Cousins will be running for his life once again on a Thursday night. Plus, New England also very good against the run lately, as the Patriots have allowed just 62.7 rushing yards per game in its last 3 games, which ranks 4th in the league. Overall, New England's been good against the run all season long, but the last 3 games especially, New England has kicked it up a notch. Dalvin Cook had the big run against the Bills a couple weeks ago. Other than that, they've been pretty quiet up to this point, and I do think that New England should be able to make Minnesota one-dimensional. And with that offensive line having a lot of injuries at the moment, including missing their starting tackle, I do think Minnesota will struggle to block throughout this entire game against an elite defense. But New England, on the other hand, is also very good at running the ball, which is concerning for Minnesota because the Vikings are allowing 121.6 rushing yards per game, which ranks 18th in the league. New England, with Mac Jones at quarterback, definitely doesn't exactly want to air it out. They want to drain clock. They want to keep it in third and short and third and manageable. And with Stevenson and Harris as a tandem there, I do think both of them should fare well against Minnesota. Harris ended up performing well in limited action against the Jets last week, and I do think that New England could potentially run for 150-plus yards in this game. But New England should dominate in the trenches, in my eyes, on both sides of the ball. Plus, since this is going to be a Thursday night game, you know what that means? It means that it will officially be another primetime Kirk Cousins game, which is a meme in itself because we know how bad his numbers are in primetime. However, if you don't know, to go through the actual numbers, Kirk Cousins has been in 28 career primetime games, and in his career, he is 10-18 straight up. And to go through his Thursday night games in particular, he has played 7 Thursday night football games. He has a 3-4 record, 11 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. And New England has also been really good at forcing mistakes this season, as New England does rank 4th in the league, or tied for 4th in opponent interceptions per game. So Cousins might end up having to run for his life the entire way through. I do think that New England should be able to do similar things to what Dallas did last week on defense, as Cousins should really struggle to get any rhythm with the amount of pressure New England should be generating. It is a short week, but you have Belichick against a rookie head coach. I'll take my chances. New England has the much better coach in terms of overall pedigree, the much better defense, and the much better offensive line up to this point. I do think the Patriots getting 3 is a bargain, especially fading Cousins on prime time. I'll gladly take it. Play that once again here for Thursday, November 24th is going to be on the Patriots +3 at -110 on PointsBet. Bye, everyone.